On this episode of American Travelers, we're on the island of Grand Cayman. We paddleboard at the Kiabo Yacht Club, then swim with stingrays at Rum Point. Next, we sample some rum cakes at Black Beards.
We travel the world looking for fun and new adventures. I'm Kari.
I'm Dave.
We made it.
Welcome to American Travelers.
Dave grew up as a professional drummer before he went into the video production world as a sound mixer.
Kari followed her mother's footsteps as a nurse. She loves distance running and even finished 2 100-mile races.
Our purpose is to show awesome destinations and share our new adventures. We've got a bunch of great stops to show you,
We'll give some tips on how to budget your trip.
along with some history and culture of each destination.
So come join us on American Travelers. We're flying to the beautiful island of Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman is located just south of Cuba in the Caribbean. We're staying at the Kiabo condominiums near Rum Point on the north side of the island.
The drive from the airport was a little stressful, as on this island, drivers drive on the left side of the road, so opposite of how we drive in the States. Even with that stress, it's a very scenic drive and looking forward to seeing our condo.
We took a Western Caribbean cruise earlier this year, and Grand Cayman was one of our ports of call. After taking a day trip to Rum Point, we said that we would definitely come back here someday. Well, it didn't take us very long to bring that to reality. Today's the day.
Our unit is upstairs, and even though you have to take your luggage up the steps, it's worth being on the top floor. Dave is sensitive to noise, so not having footsteps from the floor above is a plus.
They left it open for us. Oh, cool. Not bad, huh?
Beautiful.
What, like 230, 240 bucks a night? Pretty cool. Look at, wow. We even got an ocean view. It's actually, that's kind of the lagoon, huh?
It's a screened-in porch.
Oh, awesome.
We made it to Grand Cayman. We shopped this trip. It took about 2 years to find it, and the problem was the flights, because
Getting a good deal on the flights.
And a pretty direct flight.
I think she saved us $1,000 on the flights. Well, on the overall trip. So we got this in about 1,000 less than every time we were looking. So it was just a matter of looking every couple days until we found one.
So we landed it, and here we are.
The first thing we want to do is check out the pool. The water is at the perfect temperature, and going to the spa after swimming in the pool feels great. It's so nice relaxing at the gazebo. We'd like to rent a paddle boat. She wants to try it.
Okay, no problem.
So
we can rent it for you for an hour or half day.
Half day sounds good.
Yeah, no problem. So you have to fill out this waiver first. Okay.
Thank you.
And if you never try, we can show you on the beach how to do it. And
I've never done it.
Yeah.
First time for
It's really
me.
easy. I mean,
Easy?
yes.
Okay.
Once you get your balance, once you
Okay.
get your balance, you're ready to go. Just an easy.
Okay, thanks. Her dog named Tequila doesn't like that he's not being included in the action. Kari gets fitted for her life jacket, and she's ready for her first paddleboard lesson.
Take your time. When you stand with your feet slightly apart, like you're on the ground. Without still in too close, but just once you get your balance, just hold your balance nicely.
Well, she's off to a good start, and now she's up. Good job, Kari. All right, so tell me how.
It's not as hard to keep your balance. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but the water's so smooth that I think that has a lot to do with it. So it's just a matter of just getting your bearings and your balance and stand up. And this has a nice grip on it, so you don't slide around on it. But one thing I did notice, the sun is so strong. I need to put some sunscreen on my feet, or I'll probably be suffering tonight. So anyway, I came in to put some sunscreen and maybe take a dip in the water to cool off, and then I'm back out there. After paddleboarding, we're ready for a little downtime at the beach.
Coming up, we visit Rum Point and go swimming with stingrays. Then we stop by Queen Elizabeth II's Botanical Gardens. Next, we sample some rum cakes at Black Beards. Next stop is Rum Point.
Yeah, we've already been swimming, by the way.
We're visiting Rum Point on the north side of the island. A good way to get here is to rent a motor scooter if you're on a day excursion from a cruise. You'll find the beach is like being in a beautiful postcard. This is one of our favorite spots. We made it. We're at Rum Point.
They say the waters here are full of stingrays. After seeing this one, I want to see more.
Tomorrow,
We book a trip to Stingray City with Red Sail Sports. They offer a lot of different boating trips, but we want to see stingrays.
Guys interested in seeing some stingrays?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a bunch. We're so excited as our journey begins. The crew prepares the boat and hands out snorkeling gear. Crew member Bill tells us,
Catching stingrays is my job.
He's such a friendly chap. Bill and his crew are making this trip fun right from the start. As you can see, a lot of people are just as excited to see what's ahead.
They're about this long.
a cool feature about this boat is that it's a glass bottom boat. So if you're less adventurous and just want to stay in the boat, you'll be able to see the stingrays close up. Before we leave, the captain gives us a little info about Stingray City. Legend has it that fishermen used to put their catch on the sandbar for cleaning before heading inland.
I'm on a boat! Soon this became an ideal feeding ground for the native stingrays. Today the water is 3 to 4 feet deep over the sandbar.
This is it, huh?
Alright guys, here we are. Stingray City sandbar. Their eyes are on the top part of their head, okay? And their gills are underneath, they breathe, but their nostrils.
Big one bumps right in the back of me. Don't leave.
Our trip back to Rum Point is less than a half an hour, and we're loving every minute of the ocean views. Our new driver, Mini-Me, is having a blast.
The view coming into Rum Point is so beautiful. Now we'll go back to relax at the beach and maybe sample a little rum. The crew prepares for our arrival at the dock. We're a little sad our trip will be over soon, but our memories will last forever.
Just watch your step as you get off the boat and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
So just to recap, our Stingray City adventure was one of our top locations we've ever filmed. This is a must-see when coming to Grand Cayman. In the Caribbean, always check the weather and when it's the best time of the year to come. We were so excited about stingrays that we decided to get one of our own. Her name is Raylene. Coming up, we take in the views at Rum Point, then stop by a coconut stand. Next, we sample some rum cake at Black Beards. We're at Rum Point on the north side of Grand Cayman. They have a fantastic bar and restaurant here with a lot of great ocean views. It's like being in a postcard. And it's a great place to take photos.
We talk with a couple who tells us about saving some money when coming here.
So tell me how you save money on these trips.
I think preparing in advance is probably a big thing, and planning some of your meals ahead of time, buying basic foodstuffs, peanut butter, pasta, syrups, or just a lot of things that you can take. And you have to be careful with poundage. You do kind of add up some weight in the baggage, but at times you might even look at what additional baggage fees would be loaded with food versus buying it here.
And when you were flying here, what happened with your baggage and what you decided to do?
The girls were great. We got 4 daughters and ourselves, so we had 12 bags or carry-ons. You can especially coming to the beach, you don't have a lot of extra stuff. So we took 12 bags plus, well, we took 6 carry-ons and 6 checked bags with all of us. And so a lot of our bags were filled with foodstuffs, and just checked them.
And the credit card thing.
Tell me a little bit about the credit card.
So we you know, baggage fees are kind of expensive. So we were going to spend $300 on baggage fees alone, and we just applied for a Skyline's card. First bag's free, so we saved $300 just getting a credit card.
That's a great tip, especially when you have a large family.
Now Dave is going to give us another tip when coming here.
Well, just relaxing here at Rum Point. Really nice day, just very peaceful. One thing I learned about our cruises, they put cruises out of here, and some are dinner cruises, some are just sunset cruises. But one thing I didn't know, I thought, just assumed it was every night, but it's not every night. It's basically once a week for the sunset cruise, and each cruise is a little different. So one thing, when you're planning a trip, make sure when you get there the first day to go ahead and check any of the activities, check the schedules. Don't just assume that it happens every day like I did. So now, instead of going on a sunset cruise here at Rum Point, we'll end up taking one at 7 Mile Beach, which is about an hour away. So, and actually we're looking fun. It might be more of more lights and that type of thing over there anyway. So we're looking forward to it. We leave Rum Point, and when walking back to our condo, we see all these cool beaches. The sand is so white, and the different shades of blue and turquoise in the ocean brings a sense of tranquility to your soul.
Another thing we noticed is all the clever names on these homes. Maybe someday we can name one for ourselves.
We're heading out to explore more activities on the island. Here in Grand Cayman, you drive on the opposite side of the road like you would in England. So it's a little nerve-wracking trying to get used to it. I'm on the left side and my steering wheel's over here, which is really strange. One thing I do is when I go to make a turn signal, I accidentally turn on the wipers because I'm so used to my turn signal being on that side. So the turn signal's actually on this side over here. And that's also the light switch to turn on the light switch, so it's very awkward. I'm getting the hang of it, but sometimes, just a moment ago, I pulled into a driveway on the right side, and a car was coming, and they just start laughing. On our trek to the botanical gardens, we run across this coconut stand. One of the helpers brings us a coconut. After chopping off one end, he gives Kari the centerpiece to try.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. So, how is it?
Amazing.
Is after you drink the milk, they cut it open, and then the young coconuts, the meat inside is really soft and almost gelatin-like, and it's really good and good for you too. So it's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
Coming up, we visit Queen Elizabeth II's Botanical Garden, then sample some rum cake at Black Beards. We're at Queen Elizabeth II's Botanical Garden. She opened the park in 1994. There's a lot of interesting pathways throughout the gardens.
The park is a breeding ground for a variety of rare aquatic birds and animals native to the Caribbean. What you'll find is a natural habitat for the Cayman blue iguana. Looks like he's enjoying that yellow flower.
So what do you think?
Pretty cool. A lot of color in here.
We continue our journey through this beautiful garden. Next, we travel through Georgetown, the capital of Grand Cayman. We're heading to 7 Mile Beach, and we'll be stopping at Black Beards to sample some rum cake on the way. 7 Mile Beach is the most popular beach on the island and has many of the 5-star hotels.
Where are we now?
Black Beards.
World famous?
Yeah, I think it is. World famous.
It's world famous Black Beards wines and spirits and home of the rum cake. We're gonna go taste a little bit of that rum cake. So one's just original.
This one's just the original.
And then the other one's hurricane.
Yeah, so this one's just going to look like a regular pound cake, but they soak it in lots and lots of nice rum.
Okay, here's to taste it. It's soaked in lots of rum.
Lots and lots of rum.
So does that mean she has to drive?
Only if you eat a whole one.
I'll eat a whole one.
Eat a whole one.
Original, okay. We've been seeing this on the travel
on the
channel.
Travel channel there. So
about the rum
brought us in.
All right, and then the hurricane. Looks like a hurricane.
Okay, and that has chocolate and stuff.
Chocolate and the original. And then they swirl it to make it look like a hurricane.
Packaging for the original and packaging for the hurricane. All right.
And then they all come sealed like this, so you can put them in the freezer. You can freeze them, and they last. I think Mr. Hugh said it was like 6 months.
Good.
This one again.
I think I'm gonna start with this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the original one. Can't taste rum, but it's very good. Maybe I have to eat the whole cake to taste rum. Oh, this is hurricane. It tastes chocolate.
Now we do have a chocolate that's just all chocolate too, and that is just very, very chocolatey.
Okay,
Yeah.
Original it is. Here is Black Beards. We're gonna go for the original rum cake. All right, Black Beards got my rum cake, and it was like $4 Cayman money, and that's 20% higher for US. I thought it was 30, but it's actually just 20%. So it was another $1, so $5 for some rum, and Davey will be happy.
If you're into photography, then Kathy Church's Photo Center is a place to shop on the island.
we're going to buy a GoPro, so GoPro time. How you doing? I'm Dave.
Sean.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
Nice to meet you.
I'd like to buy a GoPro black version. Do you have those?
So we have the black edition right here.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. And what about the monitor for the back? Do you have one?
LCD. Right here.
Good.
And you need a memory card with that?
Yeah.
32,
32 would be good, yeah. All right, great. Thank you.
Yeah, we're headed over to 7 Mile Beach to get some footage. And we found a little beach access road or trail. And there he goes.
This is a beautiful beach. The sand is so clean and white. You could walk the whole length of the beach, which is actually 6.3 miles long. Kari watches the windsurfers cruising by fast. Looks like fun. On the way back to our condo, we see this tree full of sandals. What the heck's that about? Turns out when a dive master leaves the island, they hang their sandals here. Time to pack.
Just looking out over the beach and the water right now. Today's our last day at Cayman. Sad day. You know, it was a perfect vacation. Snorkeling perfect, beach perfect, wonderful place. And we'll be back.
Well, it's time to load up the car and travel back to the airport located on the other side of the island. As Kari said, it's sad to leave, but we know we'll be back someday. We would highly recommend your next vacation as a trip to Grand Cayman. Off to our next adventure.